Hey Fit BT Pretty Fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're already family, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, we are so happy you stopped by and we hope that you become a part of the family today. Like, comment, share, and go ahead and subscribe. Join the family. Today's video is segment one of one of the traumatic things that I went through. One of the pieces that helped me and inspired me to get into the why into my fitness. Surgeries. So I have had 2 knee surgeries. My first surgery was January 2013. Back in October 2012, I was in the Air Force and we had a morale PT game. It was just a fun game of volleyball. As I mentioned in previous videos, I played volleyball all through high school, some in college, so that's my jam. I didn't want to play that day for whatever reason. I was not feeling it. They looked at me, they told me that they needed me, and so I came in. First play, as soon as I stepped on the court, I went up for a spike, landed, my knee did a zigzag. I felt the zigzag, everybody else seen my leg do the zigzag, and I fell to the ground. I remember laying there and looking up, and it was like I already knew something is different about this time than every other time that I have landed. I tried to stand up with some help from some of my teammates, and I couldn't stand up. I started crying. The pain started settling in too. Ambulance arrived. They took me, did all the testing. I had a complete tear in my ACL, a meniscus tear, bone contusions, and an MCL tear. Out of all the years that I have played volleyball, not one time did I have any injury as major as a fun game of volleyball. That's how the first injury happened and occurred to my left knee. I had to think about it. I said, what knee is it? The left knee. That's the start of the journey. Had that surgery. So my surgeon thought that it was the best choice for me to just fix the ACL. He left everything else undone. Of course, he tells my parents this after they've closed me up. And I remember my parents telling me this news and I cried. Because I cried because my plan, everything needed to be fixed that day. I'm so grateful that God was yet in control and that he made all of the things work together for my good. The process that I had to go through. Let me tell you. So after that, I went back to running. I went back to jumping boxes, lifting heavy, doing all my duties in the Air Force. And life was great. I'm like, well, shoot, maybe they didn't need to fix everything. Pain started kicking in. Limitations started trying to come around. Cracking, popping. What's going on? So I had to start seeing another surgeon. This surgeon was great, one of the best in the St. Louis area. Worked with a lot of athletes, a lot of professional people, a lot of young children, people from all different walks of life. He was good. We started with physical therapy. We started with ice and heat and do this, do that. Let's try this. Those things weren't working. So 2015, he let me know that we're going to have to go back in and we're going to have to clean it up. And I'm also going to borrow a piece from your right knee to put in the left knee because you're young. It's better to use your own pieces. We did that and the surgery went beautiful. But that night, when I came home, I was in so much pain. Family was gathered around. Friend came to visit. Godson was there. And I remember them helping me to try to sit down. That's what I felt. I don't recall if they heard it, but I collapsed and just hit the couch. We weren't at that part yet. We were lowering me. And I'm guessing scar tissue, something in there decided to go ahead and bend all the way. And I smacked and fell down. I seen black and I seen stars. I was so sure that my leg was completely broke and bones were sticking out. That's what it felt like. It felt like my bone had came out of my sweatpants. I called my surgeon and let him know what happened. Also could not bear weight on it either. Can I stand up? He let me know if within a few minutes to an hour you can still not stand up, come back and we'll go on back in. By the grace of God, I was able to stand with some assistance. We go through that process of surgery number 2. There will be another video soon uploaded because it is kind of intertwined with the end days of my Air Force career before I was medically retired. And I'll have to share that at another moment too, a part of my why. But in thinking with the injuries, I started going to therapy. I started having different type of issues. I was lightheaded. I was dizzy. I was passing out randomly. I was called into work on the 3rd time. That's when it happened at work. I felt it coming. It being, I don't feel so well. I don't feel like myself. What's going on? Like, I need to get to lower ground. So I come from my seat and I move to lower ground. This is not working. I need help. Call my dad back. He stands me up. I collapse in his arms. Take me to the hospital. I have blood clots in my leg. I survived blood clots. I will go into a deeper and in-depth video about that too. Very scary time in my life. I didn't know what blood clots were. I didn't know the dangers. I didn't know the risk even. What is a blood clot? It was something that could have took me out. It was something that some people had not been fortunate enough to be able to make it to the hospital in time that could have shot to my lungs and my heart. So I survived those 2 knee surgeries. I survived learning that I had blood clots. And through the process of healing, through the process of recovering, through the process of gaining support, being able to trust my support, trust myself even, trust God and that he knew what he was doing, and that he had a plan all along. Although it did not look like my plan, although it did not look like somebody else's journey and walk, it was mine. And it was precious, and I'm glad. And today, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't change any moment of it because it made me stronger mentally, physically. And again, like I said, I'm able here to pour into somebody else and to encourage somebody else. Whatever type of surgery you may have had or going through right now, you can make it. There are better days ahead. And just to stick with it and through the process. There is a purpose for the pain. There is a purpose for that downtime and that time and those moments where you can't do everything that you're used to and wanting to do. Stay the course. So this is, again, segment number 1 of my why, being I survived injuries. I survived surgeries. I survived blood clots. Thank you for watching and making it to this moment. Please share this with somebody that you think would be encouraged and uplifted by this. And stay tuned for the next segment of my why and what I survived to help me throughout fitness. You're destined for greatness. Let's go.